Thorston Homan versus Francisco Bustamante, the robotic concentration of the former Army.
Francisco Bustamante.
Well, what was he in the Army? He was a
Well, he was
corporal, a pool player in the Army. In the German Army, Thorston Homan against the flair and flamboyance
Race to 8, winner
of
breaks.
the gifted
Francisco
Filipino
Bustamante
star,
to break.
Francisco Bustamante. And it's Django winning the leg, and with the break, it's a race to 8. The winner will be crowned the 888.com World Pool League champion for 2005.
Yes, Jim, and what an atmosphere. What a great match in prospect. Bustamante breaks, but no easy one.
He's got a long one, possibility. And he does have an outside option of a 2-9 combination, though it would certainly take a brave effort to go at that. But this is no mean feat here, just knocking the one in.
Not when you jack the cue up like that. Well, that was so close to going in.
But he's not left it for Thorston. Homan, undefeated. Boy, Bustamante hit that beautifully. Hard to believe it stayed on the table. That looked like it was right in the jaws of the pocket.
Yes, I thought it was in. But I don't think he's left it, as you say. There's a good safety here.
Homan dispatched Kwo Po Chang in the semifinals. A player that I actually thought was going to go on to win the title simply because of the scares he survived to fight his way through to the semis. Well, Thorston tried to hold in behind the 8, but he certainly got second prize. The wall of colors at the bottom end of the table causing concern to one of the best escape artists the game of 9-ball has ever known.
That was a great safety. Once again, would have loved to have been behind the black 8, but regardless, he sent the one just where he wanted it to go. And he's going to swerve this ball. He'd be looking to come off the bottom rail, I would think. Well, where's the 4?
Where's the 7?
The 3.
The 3, everything heading towards pockets. But nothing finding gravity, and a chance for Thorston. Just like the semifinal stages, it's winner break format, still a race to 8. And I think Django threw that one up in the air. He was looking for a bit of luck.
So there's a long one on here for Thorston. The blue 2 will be awkward. Well, he's played that great.
And he benefits from that 3 being nudged over the side pocket. And if that orange 5 passes the 8 into the top right corner as we look, and it's a big if. Thorston's coming down to have a look. That's going to make life a lot easier for him. If not, he's going to have to make sure that he leaves a nice angle on this 4 to get back over to where he's holding his cue right now to leave the 5 top left.
Well, he'll be taking the 3 into the middle, obviously. He wants a nice angle here on this pink 4. The 5 can't pass the 8, otherwise he wouldn't be looking the other side of the table.
In fairness, Andy, you play this game at a very high level. Angle's everything. It gives you all the positional rewards and all the options that these players need.
Yes, you don't want to be straight in this game. You can run the angles, the cushions. If you've got an angle, you can make the cue ball move.
That looks perfect. I think Thorston likes it. One more good effort from the 5 to the 6.
It's going to be a good shot, this, though. That 9 makes it awkward.
You'll see no emotion whatsoever from him. This is a good shot. Doesn't want to be straight. And that cue ball floating in towards that side cushion.
And as you said, didn't want to be straight. An angle either way. This would have been simple.
And that was a look of disgust from Homan, about as much emotion as you're going to see, unless he wins the title here in Warsaw. But unless he jacks up and raises the back end of the cue and tries to dig into that white ball, I can't see him getting close to the 8. And if he elects that path, that's going to make the shot on the 6 considerably more difficult. That's what he's doing, or that's what he's looked at.
The other option, he just runs through with this 6 and leaves a long 8, a cut on the 8, but it's a tough shot, is that? There's no easy way here.
And with this being the first rack, you know the nerves have to settle. The last thing you want to do is leave anything to chance. And there, your first look at the dilemma that faces Homan, virtually straight on with this 6.
Considered running through with right-hand English, but he's too straight, I think.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like going through. He doesn't like drawing.
Well, for me, if he doesn't like it, I think he's best leaving it long. Run it through, give himself a shot. Well, too much.
3 options. The bank shot, bottom right, slice it in top right, or bring that 8 straight down the middle of the table, down towards the 9 for a safety. And not very often you see him opt for the safety. What a bank shot from Homan there. What a way to start the final out. This 9 to open his account in the race to 8. He's made some terrific shots en route to this final. None bigger than that bank shot on the 8 that stakes him to a 1-0 lead over Francisco Bustamante.
Out shot of the event. Django went on to clinch the rack, level the score, and in fact the defending champion took 2 more racks. Now it's 3-1 to Bustamante as we join rack 5.
Bustamante 3-1 ahead. Laid the foundation with some great shot making. And now he's got to sort out the riddle of the break. Couldn't have hit that one any better.
No, for the first time. Oh, look, I was about to say for the first time, an open rack. But I think that too. It's going to struggle to pass the brown 7. You can't believe it.
That's the key ball. Francisco is already eyeing it up. He's got a clear look at the 1. Mind you, if the 2 goes past the 4, top right, he's got the angle here. If he could miss the red 3, he could draw right in behind this and play that 2 top right. Oh, he's clipped the 3. He tried to get there. Well, he's still got a chance. He could even play this in the side pocket. He certainly intended the top right corner.
Without a doubt.
But where he's landed, his choice now.
Middle or long. You can hold for the 3 in the middle. Played it well.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Even feathering the 3, he landed sufficiently on the 2. But it was a great break. Who would begrudge him the opportunity?
These have been 2 big racks for Bustamante. Nothing simple. had problems to solve.
Very similar to the final last year where he dispatched Alex Pagulayan 8-7 in a thrilling epic of a match. And I wonder how much Alex Lely paid for that seat. Didn't quite get through to the semis in this one, Alex, but the European champion has played some great pool also in 2005, and he's front and center watching all the action here in this final. But when Bustamante beat Pagulayan, he really did produce some magnificent 9-ball when it mattered most, and he appears to be giving us a repeat of that performance. If early going is any indication anyway. The 8 and 9 for a 4-1 advantage.
He's in full flow now. Looking dangerous. Big lead this with the break.
And 9 down, 4-1 is the scoreline here from the Knott Building Town Center in Warsaw. Bustamante has stamped his authority on this final.
The final ebbing and flowing. A foul by Bustamante in rack 6, letting Homan back in. 4-2 Bustamante, the gap down to 2. This is rack 7.
Rack 7, Thorston Homan to break, a train 2 racks to 4.
Bustamante was getting results breaking from the other side, but this score could soon level. Well, he's lost the white ball. Similar break to Bustamante's. The cue ball running forward, and as you said, Jim, you never want the cue ball to run forward.
You'll be happy to see that he's got a clear path to the 1, and the 2 is very closely positioned as well. But it doesn't go to the easiest pocket. The opposite side would afford Homan just to cue this one in nice and sweet. So he's going to have to try and thump this in to get that cue ball back towards the middle of the table. And it looks like 2 cushions are the plan.
Yeah, force this cue ball through. Needs to run out again. Yeah, perfect. Struck it well.
Great shot. Clicking of the fingers. The same as applause anywhere else in the world. That's how they acknowledge a great shot here in Warsaw.
Checks the cue ball. Got a lot of check on that cue ball there.
It almost looked like he could have just slow rolled that in, but obviously quite comfortable traveling with Whitey.
And here's just draw the cue ball across the table, out from the side rail. And once again, he's left an angle on the pink 4. Makes his job much easier to get down to the green 6.
Homan beat Bustamante 6-4 in the round robin stages of the Whirlpool League this year. So he's got the psychological edge. But once the players get to the knockout stages, the semifinals, the whole format changes and the tournament begins. Certainly in terms of the winner breaking and the loser go home.
Good hit. Spun round. For good position on the brown 7. It's looking like 4-3.
And the tide has turned. A great shot on the 1 from Homan provides the opening, with which he claws 1 more back. I said it earlier, as they near the finish line in the final, the tension will mount. 4-3 in favor of Bustamante. Homan with the break in rack number 8. You've got to say Francisco has defended his title well. The final brought together the holder and the unbeaten, and just over Francisco's shoulder there, Kuo Po Cheng. He's turned out to watch the final. Good on him.
Train 3 racks to 4.
27-year-old provided a lot for the fans here in Warsaw. Wonder if he's hoping for Bustamante to repeat. He's certainly in his corner. But Homan, with the break in rack 8 here, parked the white that time.
Yeah, that was a good break. Struck them well. And for once, all balls are open.
And the way this table has been breaking, Alex Lely in one of the earlier matches, Andy, said that it wouldn't surprise him if anyone put in 5 or 6 packs together. And I wonder if Homan has visions of running out the match. No reason why he shouldn't get to 4-4.
Well, it's certainly a possibility. In general, this table been breaking well.
Star in the making in Kuo, and a star of the present in Bustamante. Mind you, Kuo's got a claim to that as well. Beaten finalist in the World Championship, only 27 years of age. A testament to how players are maturing at a youthful stage in this game. A 16-year-old world champion, Cha Ching Wu from Chinese Taipei. Can you imagine? And Homan has started to speed up. We've seen it in the past. When his pace quickens, so does the scorer. This 9 for level pegging. 4 racks each. Homan has fought himself back into contention here in Warsaw.
Jangling nerves, both players missing balls, but Bustamante's error costly, letting Homan in to take the rack and regain the lead, 5-4.
The Knot Building here in Warsaw, the beautiful city in the country of Poland. Host venue for the league.
Rack 10, Thorston Homan to break, leading 5 racks
2
to 4.
superstars in the game of 9-ball. Former world champion, former world #1, contesting the title and letting it all hang out. Once again, Homan taking 1 and cue ball over to the bottom end of the table, as we see from our overhead perspective, but quite possibly the green 6 comes to Bustamante's aid.
Yep. Don't know if he can get through to this directly, but even if he can't, he can play rail first, Jim.
I think that's exactly what he's looking at. Just the speed with which to play the shot, to leave himself the 2 into the side.
Yeah, the luxury of this shot is that the 2 ball, his natural position off this one. That's what he's done. Look at this now. 2 into the middle, 3 into the corner. They're all on.
The miss 6 in the last rack. Burning into Francisco Bustamante's memory banks right now.
Yeah, he's missed 2 key balls into that pocket. Missed a 1 ball earlier in the match. Similar thing, almost in, jawed it. He doesn't want to go 6-4 behind.
Clearing that ball in the middle of the table to leave the 5 on. 6 on the right-hand side.
Any kind of angle on the 7. Even straight, to be fair. Wouldn't be a problem. And it's looking like 6-4.
You just can't see Homan missing anything easy at this stage. It was quite fascinating listening to Alex Lely tell us about Homan's pedigree, even when he came into the 2003 World Championship, which he won. So many players assumed he was an unknown. Well, not the players in Europe.
No, that's right. He was a feared man. It was only a matter of time before a big title came his way. And 1,000 to 1 was generous, to say the least.
Yes, Alex considered him an underachiever. Well, no longer. He is a powerhouse in the game of 9-ball now. Slots the 9 in to go 2 clear. 6-4 and 2 racks away from being crowned the Whirlpool League champion for 2005. Looking at the floor, as we've seen so many times in past events, in past matches here. Emotionless, stoic, robotic.
Rack 11, Thorston Homan to break, leading 6 racks
That's
to
right,
4.
but you see him spring out of that chair there. He's determined now. You can see the winning line. And this is where the adrenaline starts to pump.
And this is also where you've got to keep control of your emotions.
That's it.
But having been there, having won events, and knowing what it's like to be the toast of the town, it's all familiar territory for Homan. As we see once more the successful break and a difficult chance that confronts him on the 1.
Yes, that brown 7 ball at the bottom of the table, making things more difficult than they maybe could have been. If he chooses to run onto the bottom rail, he could even draw this cue ball across to the side. And that's what he's done. And he's played it great there. Look at that.
Beautifully
Just past
played.
middle, just past the blue spot on a snooker table. Gives him the perfect angle on the blue too.
I don't think he can draw this off 2 cushions. The green 6 takes that angle away. But what he might be able to do is play into this with a lot of right-hand spin, straighten the cue ball out, trying to avoid contacting that 6. He's going to look at it. This is a dangerous shot. A lot of unhappy people watching right now. They're all cheering for their hero, Francisco Bustamante, and Homan wants to send them all home miserable. And Francisco, knowing, hoping that a chance arrives, but he knows that the controls are out of his hand right now. Well, that was risky. Elected to play off the 6. Obviously, he couldn't avoid contacting it, Andy. Game effort. Threw caution to the wind.
You've got to count yourself unlucky there to block the path of the 3 with the 6. Deliberately played, as you said, off the 6 ball. With right-hand spin on the cue ball. Sending it 2 rails for position on the red 3. But that's unlucky.
You know, Homan just hates to play safe. Every time he comes to the table, it's nothing in his mind except attack. But surely here, he's got to opt for discretion.
Well, I would think so. There's nothing, never mind easy. There's nothing even sort of half difficult. It's just too difficult, this shot.
I mean, how thin would he have to hit the 3 to make the 9 bottom left? If the cue ball was on the right-hand side of the table, I'd have given him this one already. We'd probably be racking the balls. I
Is he
can't.
looking at the combination
Well, that's what he's been eyeing up.
and kicking the one
Unless,
onto the 9?
is it the possibility of the billiard? A thin clip on the 3 to try and send the 9 over towards that pocket. Don't know if that shot's on. Doesn't appear so.
It could be on, but the percentage is there. The chances of making this shot, so risky. And with the lead he's got at the moment, in a race to 8, it's just not worth it.
Touched the table with his Q-tip. Top cushion as we look, right in the middle. The second time he looks at the 3-9. I really don't think he can hit the 3 thin enough from where the cue ball's positioned to make the 9. Camera angles can be very deceptive, and there's no time to go to bed yet. He tried it, and just as it looked from our overhead perspective, he could not hit the 3 thin enough. I question that decision big time.
That was too tough. I'm with you. I don't think it was on.
He played a very iffy shot in his semifinal match against Quo. Survived, and he's done the very same thing here against Bustamante.
Well, Francisco back at the table. If he can run this rack, be one behind but breaking. And what a finale to this match we could have.
He has to be delighted to at least get back to the table because everything was in the open there. And he hadn't gotten out of his chair ever since he missed a 6 a few racks ago.
Has to be on the top cushion if he can get there. Just slightly off straight. Has he got an angle? Any angle will do here.
He should be able to just even stop this in, play the 8, side cushion, and play the 9 into the top left corner as we look.
You'd just prefer it just to come out a little bit from that cushion. There you are. Makes it a lot easier.
Yes, considerably, because now he can take all pockets out of the equation and play this where the cue ball shouldn't be tracking anywhere near a pocket.
It slid there, but he's got there. Just caught the 9, but he's on the 9 ball.
Very important rack for this Bustamante. Stems the tide. Back to 6-5. He enjoyed a 4-1 lead, only to see 5 go the way of Homan. But finally, he bothers the scoreboard yet again. Rack number 12. Finally poised here in the Knot Building, Warsaw, Poland. The 888.com Whirlpool League. 6-5 in favor of Thorston Homan. And again, so many times we've said it, Francisco Bustamante just can't get a roll on the break, and yet he finds himself just one rack adrift. Andy, if he ever started getting any luck at all on the break, this match might have been over.
Well, I think it would have been over. To be 6-5 behind, the way he's been breaking with the results he's had from the break, he's done well. And it must be frustrating. Look at him shaking his head. I don't blame him.
And the problem here, not just the fact that he's full ball snookered on the 1, and he will be pushing, but where do you push?
If you push anywhere to the other side of the table, you're going to leave a cut on the 1. If you leave a thin edge by running to the cushion he's nearest now, you're going to get put back in and you can't play safe. You're going to hang it over the hole. He's got problems.
With a capital P. And any time you get Francisco Bustamante putting this much thought into an effort, you know there's problems.
We've had so many fluent matches in this tournament. People breaking, running racks.
Francisco finished the round robin
Push
portion
out called.
at 3 wins with 2 losses. And by virtue of his rack wins, he finished second in the table, only to the man he's playing now, Thorston Homan, undefeated after the round robin stages. 5 played, 5 won, and convincingly. Shocking for me, really. After all the play, the round robin play, we never had 1 draw. I'd like to go back into the history books to see if that has ever been duplicated. But either way, back with the present. Bustamante pushed out. Homan doesn't like it, so he's put him right back in. A 1 rack advantage in favor of Homan, and 2 away from the finish line.
Well, Francisco pushed that 6 there for a reason, I'm sure.
Is he going for the 2? I think he was. I think he tried to billiard the 2 into the corner pocket. The speed that he played that shot, I don't think he'll mind the result either. Wasn't a long ways away from cannoning that 2 into the corner.
Oh, great effort. At least he's not left it open.
You know, he shot that very quickly, so obviously that was his game plan. And sometimes players like to send these messages to their opposition in a shot like that. I think he got up and played it very quickly to let Homan know that he had just outthought him.
Yes, I think he did. And I just wonder if he pushed that 6 there, Jim, because he knew when he played that shot, the 1 was coming back off the rail onto the 6, which gave him position should he make the 2.
I wouldn't discount it, Andy.
How clever would that be?
He's that advanced. We've seen it before. Bustamante is not the sort of player you want to get into a chess game on the pool table with. Well, for that matter, on a chessboard with. I've seen him play chess too.
Yeah, both him and Efren, great chess players.
Very calculating is Bustamante.
Do you play safe here, Jim? Do you play the bank? Well, for once it's a safety. But it's popped back out again.
Well, I hazard to try and guess anytime Thorston should be playing safe because he's fooled me a couple times. And we were having a little discussion just between racks that he's one of the greatest players in the world, Homan. And he is so aggressive. Makes me wonder if, you know, certainly when I'm playing 9-ball, and even you, Andy, if we shouldn't be taking a more aggressive path. You start questioning your own thought process.
Well, that's right. But he's such a great shot maker.
This is a mistake from Francisco. Not happy. He's left a chance for Homan. The problem ball, as it sits right now, is the orange 5. Thorston already eyeing the 5 up. Just looking where he has to position the cue ball to leave that orange 5 available to the bottom left corner.
Should never have been leaving him a shot there, Jim.
No, not from that position.
Well, he drags it in.
As this match lingers on, I think Homan becomes more and more of a favorite just because of his mental approach, his mental toughness. A free-flowing shootout definitely favored Bustamante.
Yes, and playing on the back of that win in the States recently. Confidence breeds confidence, we've said it before. He knows what it feels like to win. And should he get near the winning post, it won't frighten him. He'll get stronger. Looks to me as if he has the angle here to possibly get onto that 5.
He's just got to ensure to clear the 9. Just stunned to the middle. And assuming he's got enough room to get through to this, there are really no more hurdles to get over in the rack that would take him to the hill.
Well, if it's tight, he may be trying to spin this ball in. No, it went.
Last chance for Bustamante in this rack. He needs a mistake. I doubt that he's going to miss this shot, so the only chance for Francisco is running short. Because it looks like he's going to force this off 2 cushions. He's got to clear the 9.
He's cleared it there, I think. Played it well.
Not with a lot of room to spare, though, Andy.
No. But there, nonetheless.
To get to the hill, the hitman needs the 9. Played it into the side, and 7 has arrived. 8 required. It's a 7-5 lead. Thorston Homan looking like he's in control over Francisco Bustamante. A packed house here at the Knott Building in Warsaw. And Thorston Homan will be coming to the table, and everybody here knows it. They don't want to go home yet.
Rack 13.
But Homan
Thorston
breaking
to
for the
break,
match.
Leading 7 racks to 5.
7-5 in front. He wants one more for the title.
He almost ran to the table there. Just watch this break. Will he elect to stun that cue ball to the side rail again? One good break. Well, here she comes. Across to the side. And what a chance this is. What a great opportunity this is.
And what a game plan employed by Homan. Every break, cue ball and 1 in the same area. I mean, you could take a replay of this break, and it's virtually the same.
Quiet as you can, please.
He stuck to his guns, went away from the conventional method of parking the cue ball in the middle of the table, and now every chance.
This is the ball for me. The 2 ball. If he can play this 2 and get out to the red 3, just look at the table.
$20,000 goes to the winner here in Warsaw. Half that to the runner-up. A little bit of movement from Homan there. You don't often see the cue flung to the side after he executes a shot. I think he may be starting to feel it. He's starting to sense it. He's got to harness it.
That's just nerves. 3 into the corner. He's on the 6. And the only thing now is to make sure when he gets to that black 8 ball, he's in good position to get onto the 9.
Everyone fully expecting to be saluting the champion very shortly. Homan wants the applause to be for him. And in 2 shots, he's going to hear it. He knows it. He deserves it. He's been undefeated. There comes the towel. Stopping the shot on the 9. Francisco concedes an 8-5 win, and Thorston Homan is your 2005 888.com Whirlpool League champion.
And now, the winner, to receive his $20,000, the magnificent trophy, and most important of all, the title of 888.com Whirlpool League champion. It's the Hitman, Thorston Homan!
Thorston Homan winning his first 888.com Whirlpool League title. Join us again next year for more world-class 9-ball action.